Hello, hello. Whew, what a day it has been already. How are all of you doing? Oh my goodness, I was trying to get this video up because I don't post videos on Sundays. So I'm trying to get this video up that I was doing on Project 2025. I finally got it finished, but it probably will go up later this afternoon after the live. So stay tuned and keep an eye out for it because it has some really, really, I think, critical information that people need to know. But how are all of you doing? Hi, Three Generations. Hello, hello. Hey, Graham. What's brown and sticky? A stick. Oh my goodness. Oh, hey Vaughn, how are you doing? No, I had it. I just looked and apparently I had it down for the wrong. I don't know how it got down. Well, I do know I made a mistake, but I don't know how I did that. But it's my video. My lives are always at 3, except for my Christmas live will probably be at 3. I might do it a little early, but probably will be at 3. Hey CW, how are you? Marta one says good ones, Graham. Graham, I'm gonna skip some of your jokes till later on. Uh, hey, well, okay, I'll tell this one. What's the easiest way to identify a bald eagle? All of its all its feathers are combed over to one side. Okay, I got to give it to you. That's a pretty good one, Graham. Okay. Hey, all right now. What's cheaper, beer or nuts? Beer nuts or deer nuts? Deer nuts because they're under $1. Okay, Graham, you have gotten some people started here. I may have to restrict you, Graham, where you can watch but not do anything else because you're becoming a bad influence. Okay. Hey, Judy. Hello, hello. How are you? This is going to be kind of a short video because we have an event to go to this evening. I'm telling you, boy, we have had a busy, busy schedule. We've got an event to go to this evening, something to do tomorrow, a dinner Monday night. I tell you, this holiday season is no joke, especially with Jessica's schedule. Her schedule is more booked than mine. Holy Toledo. Um, Vaughn says, oh, Graham says the bride accused me the other day of being immature. I told her that there were no girls allowed in my fort. Graham, you better watch it. The bride's going to have to deal with you, and I will have no sympathy for you when she does, because I can see by your responses here how you behave at home or wherever you are. By the way, I do hope, Graham, that the insurance is coming through for you and doing right by you um, after the tree fell on your camper and your van. I do hope that the insurance company is going to take care of you and not try and rake you over the coals. But oh, Vaughn says I'm coming back at 3. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, is this I'm looking here. Everyone came on at 1. Okay, I'm kind of confused here. Oh my goodness, I'm looking at comments that are from early. I didn't realize that. Oh my gosh. I am out to lunch, folks. I'm having more and more senior moments. Ooh, not good. Are you watching the live and in person decline? I hope not. I really hope not. Hi, Liza. Hi, Liddell. How are you? Oh my goodness. Everyone, let's see. Is anybody all right? So you guys came back on. Oh my goodness. Did I have a live that started at 1? Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to need a conservator pretty soon. I think I just may have need one. Oh goodness. Hi, Shilas. How are you? I hope everyone's having a great evening too. Hey, Nora. How are you doing? And Liza's in the house. Oh my goodness. Hey, Cheryl. Hello, hello. And Love Royals from Australia. Well, hello. I wonder if you're anywhere near Graham. You may need to go over there and get him straightened out. Um, hey, Randy, aka Kenneth. How are you? Oh my goodness. Uh, Jumi Lee. Hello, hello. I hope I said that right. Is it Jumi or J? It looks like Jumi. Looks like a lot of new people in the house today. I'm so happy to see that. Barbara Buford is in the house. Bridget Beach. Happy holidays to you too, Bridget. Happy holidays to all of you. What are some of your plans for the holidays? Are you going away? Are you staying home? Are you spending it with family or friends? Or are you alone? If you are alone, or even if you are with family and friends, if you can come join us, we're going to have a dessert day where we're going to all eat dessert together. And I think I will have my live at 3 p.m. like my normal time. 3 p.m. live Christmas Day, which is my regular time, and we'll have a dessert social where we'll all be having our dessert and we can share what our desserts are. So if you're alone, Christmas is a great place to come join us. Um, Ark Rosebud says, "Hi, gal, all good here." Okay, I'm glad to see that it's all good there. Uh, Wanda says, "Hello from Southern Arizona." I will be in Southern Arizona, courtside. That is Southern Arizona. Yeah, I'll be in Southern Arizona next month for the RTR and the women's, and probably part of the women's RTR. And I will be having a meetup, and yeah, so lots of stuff going on. Oh, Jomi says, "I'm at Starbucks in California." Well, I have some coffee here, but let me find my coffee here. I'll join you with a little coffee, Jomi. Um, mine is the cheap kind from McDonald's. It's the senior, which is where I go. It's 89 cents a cup, so that's hard to beat. And I actually like McDonald's better than Starbucks. I don't know. I sure like the price better. Hey, Kuliana. Hello, Pacificana. Hello, hello, aloha. Yes, you did catch my live. I'm so glad you did. Be anxious for nothing, Christine from Maine. Ooh, I bet it's kind of chilly in Maine right about now. Oh my goodness, everyone's saying hello and aloha. Hi, Miss Net, another one of my great moderators. Hello, hello, with Judy and Nora and Vaughn and oh my goodness, everyone else, Graham, everyone else. Oh my goodness. And let's see who else. I think I'm saying hello. Oh, Cheryl says, "Did you have success with a person who wanted his boating dream?" Still, that's a work in progress. That is a work in progress, Cheryl. Um, I'm waiting probably till the after the holidays to really get serious about it, but I'm putting out feelers now and putting out feelers for people who will go with him on the trip and also for the sponsor. I have a particular sponsor that I really want. That makes sense. It's the sponsor that made the boat. I mean, or the kayak that he's going in. It just makes sense that they would be the perfect sponsor for this trip. So I'm working on that. Thank you, though, Cheryl, for asking, and I will certainly keep you all informed of what's going on. Looks like you guys have been on for a long time, and I hate to cut this short, but I'm not going to have a long video today, or rather a long live, because I have got to get to an event this afternoon or early evening, I should say. But I didn't want to miss. Maybe I should have done my live at 1, huh? So that I could get ready. But I'm not getting all dressed up. Jessica's getting dressed up, but I'm not. Judy says, "I am making my Christmas gifts on this nice warm day." Well, you can do that, Judy, because you're a very talented and crafty person. I am not. If I made something, people would take it and use it as a weapon to throw back at me. They would be so, whew. But you, Judy, can you make some. I've seen some of the things that you have recreated out of things and made into other things, and oh my goodness, Judy is so gifted in that way. But unfortunately, sadly, I am not. Three Generations says, "Papa, you need to write a book of jokes." Yes. Hope all has worked out for you after that tree fell. Yeah, I do hope everything worked out for you, Graham, after that tree. That must have just been, I can't imagine how scary that would have been. Oh my goodness. Kuliana says, "It's okay. I get senior moments quite often." Well, I'm getting more and more of them. Whoo! I told you guys about how I left Jessica and drove. Well, I was going to an event that was her event, and I left her at home. Didn't even realize she wasn't in the car that I was. Whew. I guess the good thing is that I remember doing that. I guess when I do crazy things like that and I don't even remember doing that or doing them, that might be the sign that I've gone around the bend. So I'm just really on the curve. I haven't gone around the bend yet. Hopefully, I can put the brakes on and stay at this curve spot for a while, huh? I hope so. Shyla says, yes, I noticed that myself, Carol. Some of the people came early. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I looked when I went to add something onto there. I saw that it said 1 p.m. I was like, 1 p.m. What the heck? I put it down for 3 p.m. But I guess I didn't double check, and that just shows you really need to double check. I am at a park and I have my door open, so I hope it's not too noisy. But it was hot sitting in here. And over there, they're having all these birthday parties, and it was noisy with all the kids' jumpers and everything. So I'm sitting over here. Hey, Sheila, how are you doing? If not when, if not now, when? Exactly. Hello, hello. Thank you, Three Generations. Yes, please do hit that thumbs up button. It does help. I don't know how it does, but it does. Hey, left you all around. Hey, left you all around. Hey, I'd like to leave some people around, but I'm not going to say who. But no one that's on the live. No one that's on the live, that's for sure. Liza says, no, Carol, we all make mistakes, not a decline. Thank you, Liza. Thank you for those kind words. I'm going to believe what you said, Liza, instead of believing what it looks like's happening. I'm going to believe you because that's what I want to believe. All right. Hey, B. Bonaparte, how are you from South Carolina? I may be in South Carolina soon. You know what? I was seeing, and I'm going to talk about it. What's happening now to the people in North Carolina, Rutherford County, and some of those other areas that were just devastated by Helene. Now they're going to be devastated by human vultures, it looks like. But I'll talk about that in a little while. Hey, Janet. Hello, hello. How are you? Yes, welcome all the newbies. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Kiliana says you're spending Christmas with your son and his wife. How cool is that? Shyla says I'm spreading the word to people I know about your channel, Carol. Thank you, Shyla. I appreciate that. I tell you, it's been a it's been a rough week, I'll tell you. But it is what it is. Sometimes you just have to say things. I'm not going to go deep into the weeds here, but sometimes you just have to have courage. You know, you just have to say things that are is going to impact you, and maybe not in the best way, but you just need to say it. And sometimes I just have to do that. What can I say? Um, hey, Janet Powell, blessings to you too. Thank you, CW Style. Uh, Graham says no word on the insurance company at this stage. They say it may take a couple of weeks to finalize if the truck is repairable. Our bank helped out with a quick loan for a new secondhand van. Thank goodness for your bank. A couple of weeks. What did the insurance company expect you to do? Live on the ground on a mat until a couple of weeks? Oh my goodness. Kiliana says you're finishing off your coffee here. Sheila says no dessert for me, Carol. I'll be at my sister's leaving for Florida the day after Christmas. As of today, down 70 pounds. Wow. Well, you could have a sparkling water with no calories. How about that? Put a little squeeze of orange or something in it. Doesn't have to be a dessert with calories, okay, Sheila? So, but congratulations. What did you do, Sheila? I need to follow whatever you did because that oh my goodness. Jumi says, I like McDonald's better than Starbucks too. Yeah, I do. So does Kiliana. Martin says, Carol, did you see the news about the two earthquakes earlier this week? I did. I felt an earthquake. They said that earthquake hit in the morning. I didn't feel it that morning, but the night before, our house shook for about a second or two. And I asked Jess, I said, did you feel that earthquake? And she was like, no, but I felt our house shake. It was about 11 o'clock at night. I mean, but it was in the evening. But I didn't feel the other ones that they talked about. No. Travels with Tia the Terror. Oh my goodness. Says hi from Dale and the dogs in Massachusetts. Well, hello, Tia the Terror. Hey, Roy and Becky's Travels. Hello, hello. I hope to catch up with you when I go to Quartzsite in January. I haven't seen you guys in a while, but go over and check out Roy and Becky's Travels. Um, they are in Quartzsite and have quite a camp set up over there. And they have a channel, Roy and Becky's Travels. But Vaughn's in a row says, Sheila, honest, congratulations. That's awesome. Don't float away on us. Yes, that is awesome. Oh my goodness. Sheila says, I'm gluten free now. No sugar, no flour, no processed foods. It works. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. Yeah, gluten free. Well, they say cut out the whites: rice, flour, sugar, potatoes, bread. And if you do that, that you will lose weight. And you're right, you will. Um, Brienne says, hello, hello from Tampa, Florida. Thank you for all your great videos. Thank you, Brienne. I appreciate that. Wanda says, I like McDonald's iced coffees, but lately I get a hot decaf with ice and add my stuff at home. That's a good way to do it. That's a very good way to do it. What we do is if sometimes we'll get one of those frappes, but we'll get a large one and then we'll get an extra cup and we'll pour half of it in. It's cheaper to get a large and split it in half than to get two smalls that add up to the same. I mean, I'm the original cheapskate here. But Cheryl says, I want to help. When my van is finally built, I want to do that, helping seniors and making dreams happen. Yes, yes. There's something about helping another person, the satisfaction that you get from that. It's hard to replicate in anything else. It does something for your spirit. And I'm hoping, here's what I'm hoping can happen. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I'm hoping what can happen is as they go on the path, that there will be little inputs where I can drive to and take some video, then drive to the next one, maybe 5 hours down by their floating and meet them. I'm hoping that, but we'll see. I don't know what the route's going to be. I guess I'd have to drive the route to see, but that's what I'm hoping can happen. So I can kind of participate in that way because I certainly can't participate on the kayak. That's not happening. Poor poor Kent. He would never even finish his trip if he took me along. Barbara, hey Barbara, says I'm pet sitting again today. Daughter's gone to a concert at the ATL. Okay, enjoy yourself. Well, what concert? What concert did your daughter go to see, Barbara? Hey Peg, hello, hello. How are you? Oh my goodness. Clark says, do you have your tree decorated? No, I don't. I don't even know if we're going to put up a tree, tell you the truth. I don't know. We may just put up some lights, or we may put up a little tree. That's what we may do, is just put up a little tree. But I'll in fact, let me make a confession to you. I had a huge Christmas tree. It was like 7 foot tall, 8 foot. It was decorated, beautifully decorated. Well, I kept it up. Actually, it was past July 4th because I just love Christmas. So I said, let's just keep it up all year. Well, one day I came downstairs and Jessica had gotten sick of it and she had dismantled it, but she did it in a way that just really wrecked the tree. I mean, it was a pretty expensive tree too. So I was not a happy camper. But I finally had to acknowledge that I guess having the tree up in July, and it's not only having the tree up in July, I would frequently come in, turn the lights on, and there were musical lights. So I would come down and I would turn the musical lights on and have Christmas carols going, all year up to July 4th and beyond, and actually a little beyond. And then it got to the point I said, well, hey, it's not that far from Christmas. It's closer to Christmas than it is away from Christmas. Why don't we just leave it up? I guess that's when she decided she'd had enough. And when I was asleep one night, she went downstairs, disassembled the tree. So I don't have my beautiful artificial tree anymore. So I'd have to get another one, and I just haven't had the heart to do it. So I don't know. That's my story. and I'm sticking to it. So, uh, oh, Sheila says I'm freezing here in Lewes, Delaware. Ooh, going back to North Carolina within a few days. Uh, Graham said the van is a new age, okay, Manta Ray, 2021, 22-foot double bunks and queen size bed. Wow, that sounds nice. Hardly used and presents as new. Yeah, if it's 2021, that is pretty new. The bride is busy decorating and making it homely. Well, you know what? Sometimes, Graham, the worst things can turn out to be a blessing. And I hope this is one of those occasions for you where this event, which was almost a true tragedy, turns out to be a blessing in disguise for you. That's my prayer and hope for you, Graham. Wanda says, my McDonald's has got the McRib right now. Ours does too. In fact, Jessica insisted on going to get one the other day. So I said, okay. I'm kind of off of that kind of food. But thank you, Pig. Uh, any updates on AJ? No, I have not been able to catch up with AJ. I've called him. I haven't been able to catch up with him, but um Kat did tell me that she talked to one of the deputies who had helped him, who said he's doing okay. So that's all that I have right now. So, sometimes, I really, when I get connected with someone, I want to stay connected with them forever. Like 5 years from now, I still want to be calling them, finding out how you're doing and talking to them. But everyone doesn't want to do that. And I've had to accept that sometimes I can just go in, help a person to the extent that I can, try and help them accomplish some things that will make. Here's my main goal is to see if a person can be better off for having come in contact with me after that than they were before I interacted with them. So I've had to accept that as the bar, that they're better off having met me than they were not having met me. And if that's the case, then I have to accept that. It's kind of hard for me because I'm like a connection person. I want to stay connected to everyone, but everyone is not like that. So I've had to accept that. But if I do get any updates on him, I will certainly share it with you guys. Um, Hey, you, Cheryl. I've been meaning to give you a call, but it's been crazy, crazy. But I am going to call you, Cheryl. Gia is asking me to give her a call too, so I'm going to call both of you. In fact, Diane and Stacy had texted me, and I didn't see their text. They were coming down to San Diego and wanted to swing by, and I missed that. So when I finally saw their text, I called Diane, and she's already in courtside, and Stacy is too, but I'm going to catch up with Diane in courtside. And it's just been a hectic week with all the comments and the craziness gone on from these last two videos that I did. And I know the one that I'm going to be posting this afternoon is going to go bonkers. But you know what? After that, it'll be calm for a while because I'm going to go back to some, other content. But I just felt the need to, do what I needed to do. Have you guys, and that brings me well, before I get to the topic I wanted to talk about today, I wanted to ask you guys, there's a channel called the Appalachian Channel, and he's talking about, and this happens every time there is a disaster, whether it was up in Paradise here in California, whether it's in Southern Oregon where they had those fires, whether it's in North Carolina and Appalachia. Investors will come in when people are at their absolute lowest, and they will try and offer people pennies on the dollar for their property, and then they'll turn around, hold that property, and then when things settle down, sell it for a fortune. And he was doing a video talking about how the vultures have started to make for land grab. That's just horrible. I mean, if you're going in to buy land to then come in and put tiny houses up so people can have some place to live there, but a lot of these people he's speculating are buying this property because a lot of it's on riverbanks. And you know how people love being near water. A lot of this property is on areas where he's speculating people are going to be putting up $1 million homes, because a lot of the people who own these properties, they've been in their family for generations. They really can't afford flood insurance, or they can't afford to put houses up real high on stilts. But the people who buy these properties will be able to, either the investors or the people the investors sell them to. So, I mean, this is to me kind of the low of the low of the low, coming in and profiteering off of people's heartbreak and tragedy. And that's what's happening. So, I mean, like I said, it's different if you're coming and buying property to then put up places to house many of the people who've been displaced, but that's not what's happening. Also, they're having a heck of a time getting approval to put RVs and tiny houses on some of these properties. And he's speculating it's because the county wants to, and the cities want to have people come in and build Airbnbs and big McMansions so they have a higher tax base. I don't know whether that's true or not, but I do believe him when he says there's a big land grab for these properties, that many of the houses have been knocked off their foundations or swept completely away, or now there's mold building up and they're going to have to be um, torn down. And what's so bad is the climate there. He says it is getting into the teens at night, and that will be kind of typical for January. So he said some of these people are going to be freezing, and they're trying to build shelters. So go over and check out. It's called the Appalachian Channel. Now, I haven't vetted him, so I don't know, but you have to, find out for yourself and come to your own conclusions. But if what he's saying is happening is true, it's just disgusting, really disgusting. But anyhow, uh, Shyla says, as long as you remember, sounds like you have short-term memory, Carol. Jessica said, Mom, you have lost your short-term memory. I'm like, okay, Jessica, Dr. Jessica. Anyhow. Oh, no, 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 Graham. I shouldn't go for anything. Are you kidding me? I shouldn't even, I don't even want to run for dog catcher. That would be above my pay grade and above my desire to do. Thank you very much. No, being a public official is a thankless job. Even being a YouTube creator sometimes is a thankless job. I can tell you. Uh, uh, oh, Sheila says, Vaughn, I'm still working on 21 more pounds to go. Wow, that is fabulous, Sheila. You'll have to come on and show us a before and after. Show us a before picture and then show us you after when you reach your goal. Can you do that? I'd love for you to do that, Sheila. Um, Barbara's asking Sheila, what's the temperature in Delaware? It's 50 here in Memphis. Well, I think Memphis is probably a lot warmer than Delaware. If I had to guess, I don't know. Thank you, Nora. Yeah, everyone, thumbs up, thumbs up. Um, Everyone's saying hello, hello. Love Royal says, come to Australia. Would love to host you. I hope to get there one day. I want to go to Japan, and my daughters, well, she's actually my goddaughter, but I call her my daughter. One of my daughter's sons has a girlfriend who is from Japan, and I'm thinking they're going to get married. And when they do, her parents are in Japan. So I'll have somewhere to go visit if I go to Japan. So we'll see. We'll see there, and then Australia too. Marta says in Southwest Ohio, it's 38 degrees with a feeling like it's 30. Wow, wow. Woo, good gracious. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Kuliana. Thank you. Roy and Becky's Travel says, we once forgot our daughter at a parking lot. Good thing we noticed before we left. Oh, yep. I mean, it happens to the best of us. It really does. Oh my goodness. Kuliana says, yes, I just got to stay positive. It's been a bit rough for me with health challenges. I'm so sorry to hear that, Kuliana. I just am sending virtual hugs to you, and I hope things get better for you. Hey, Ken Gray. Hello, hello. First time. Well, welcome, Ken. I'm going to have tell everyone to do number 1 at the end and do that, and everyone will come over and welcome you to Glow. We're so happy when we get newbies and everyone else too. Um, but I did want to ask briefly. Oh, this is your first time too, Jumi. Welcome, welcome. Oh, oh my goodness. We do have a lot of first timers in the house. Thank you, Brianne. She says, I'm glad you speak the truth. I try to. And I also try to distinguish between fact and opinion, and let you know the difference. And then people just, you decide for yourselves. I present information to you, and then people come to their own conclusions. But I encourage everyone to do the research for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Research it for yourself and decide on your own. Hi, Chef Santa. Thank you, thank you. Have a great week too. I'm glad you stopped in, Chef Santa. Thank you. Barbara says, that's amazing. Yes, yes. Congratulations. Ken Gray says, Carol, I want to tell you that I watched a video today called 10 U.S. states that don't rob retirees blind, and my state is listed, so I'm happy. Oh, I got to watch that. I need to watch that one because I'm pretty sure California is not on the list. I mean, I don't know since I haven't watched it, but I would bet that we're not on the list if I was a betting woman. Uh, Randy says, my daughter lives in Crescent City and was sent to higher ground. I know. Was that scary that they had tsunami warnings? I was going to say tsunami. They had tsunami warnings. Ooh, yeah, that would be pretty scary. Remember the tsunami that happened in Thailand a while back? And they did a movie on it. Ooh, buddy, and that tsunami that happened in Japan that struck that nuclear plant. Oh my goodness. Wow. Roy and Becky's Travel says, we have a nice little camp going on here called the Camp in LTVA South. Okay, there's about 16 of us here. Well, you'll have to send me the coordinates when I come out there in January, Roy and Becky, so I can maybe come over there and what do they call it when you crash a party or crash your camp, crash your camp. Uh, Sheila says, no sparkling water. I'm gluten free. Just had coffee for the first time in 5 weeks. Okay, Sheila, just some regular water then. Regular water with a little squeeze of orange, if you can do that. Or maybe drop a couple of strawberries in it for flavor. Or even orange slices. Roy and Becky's Travel says, thank you for the kind words. Anytime. You're two of my favorite people, Roy and Becky. Kuliana says, working on reversing, type 2 diabetes. It's been torture, but I'm determined to follow through and get off meds. You know what? Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I just know that someone told me that they started their husband on a regimen of cinnamon tablets. I don't know. So I've started on cinnamon tablets because my diabetes, my sugar was high. And she said her husband was able to come off insulin. But interesting thing, when I went to get the cinnamon tablets, someone was in the pharmacy area at Costco and doing a demonstration, and I had the cinnamon tablets, and she was selling some. I said, no, I'm going to try this first. She goes, oh, you're trying to deal with diabetes. I was like, wow, so this must be kind of common knowledge, or at least a common belief, that people use cinnamon tablets or cinnamon capsules. Mine, you take 2 capsules per day. So I'm going to see. But I mean, of course, you can't keep eating all the stuff you're not supposed to eat. But that in conjunction. So I don't know, Kuliana. Check and see what you think. Um, International Frugality and Budgeting. Hello, hello. Good afternoon, Carol. No, never. I am the one who spends up all the time and it gets me in trouble. Speaks up all the time, especially at work when I stand up for what's right. I know. Isn't it a shame that speaking up and saying what's right can get you in trouble? Well, I've determined that people who don't want to do what's right, it really pisses them off, and they realize that it makes them look bad. That's what makes them really despise people who do speak up. That's just my opinion. Just my opinion. Just saying. Uh Jomi says, wish you well, Kuliana. I am uncontrolled diabetic right now. Oh, I'm sorry, Jomi. I certainly hope you're able to get it under control. But the topic of today, I'm just going to do it for a few minutes because oh my goodness, I've gone over where I planned to. But I wanted to ask Have any of you ever not spoken up when inside you everything was saying to speak up, especially if someone was being mistreated and you didn't say anything? You might have been fearful, you might have just not had time, whatever, and later you just regretted it and you wish you could re-roll the time or the clock and go back and speak up. Have any of you ever had that experience? I've had it a couple times, and I tell you, like I said on one of my videos, I don't really remember times too much that I spoke up and someone, I got clobbered, literally, not literally, but maybe, because of consequences. But I remember clearly times that I didn't speak up and I wish I had. And like I said, I don't want to have those kind of regrets anymore. I'm too old, and I'll be 72 this month. So you know what? I'm too old to care anymore. I'm going to say what needs to be said. I'm too old to care about people, what people think. As long as what I'm saying is not cruel or unkind. Speaking of which, I'm not going to really get into, but I could not believe some of the vicious comments about the situation with the CEO who was unalived. You have to use those words on YouTube, but was unalived in New York. People were laughing, they were gleeful, have we lost our humanity? Have we truly? There are two young boys who are not going to have a father. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't even bring this topic up because I know there are a lot of incidents or anytime, a lot of occasions, okay, where health care and procedures are denied. I know that, and it can have devastating impacts to people. But doing that is not going to change it. There's just going to be someone else. They'll take a vice president or something and bring them up. It's not going to change it. That's not the way to change anything. If that's the case, then people would be, you'd have people laying in the streets when everyone had an issue with how a company behaved. That's not the way. But it was just the glee that people exhibited. And I thought to myself, a lot of people don't realize that they're accusing someone of being a monster, but they've become the monster that they say that they despise. That's just my opinion. You know, um, when you come to that being the way to resolve your differences, we're in trouble. We're really in trouble. And people are going saying, I have no sympathy for the family, no sympathy. I don't know, but when you don't have sympathy for two young boys who aren't going to have a dad, to me, there's something wrong with you. And you've become what you say you despise. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything more because I know, it'll start a firestorm. People watching this, coming back and rewatching the rewinds from this. But, whoo, that was, just, it was just shocking to me. Barbara saying, Sheila, I'm trying to get there. Roy and Becky, if I had left my kid, I would have been frantic. Oh, my daughter went to see Usher. Oh, Usher in Atlanta. Okay, okay. Yeah, well, I think what happens is we're just overwhelmed. Oh boy, here comes Jessica reminding me I'm supposed to be getting off of here. So let me just look and see if there's anyone. I know, Jessica, I'm getting ready to leave.
No. You're fine. I'm just getting napkins.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
Yes.
Uh, I thought she was coming over here to unload, but she didn't. Oh, Kuliana says, "Oh my, Jumi, I wish you well too. Mine was way out of control. Wow. Well, my brother, and some other folks have had some challenges. So I have had some challenges with my sugar, and whew, I do not want to. I don't want to go full blown diabetes like my parents did. So I'm trying to get a grip on it now to, oh my goodness, to prevent that from happening. Maggie says, I sent my decorations to my daughter. This reminds me I need to donate my tree before Christmas. Okay, all right. Jackie says, everyone, I got lost at work. Okay, Jackie. Cheryl says, selfishly, I love to help. I get many somethings out of it. Me too, Cheryl. With my background is a great fit. Getting large pieces of land in Florida, special licenses allowing tiny homes. Ooh, you'll have to let me know so I can come down and visit and do a video on it, Cheryl, when you get that all set up. Uh, Kuliana, oh, you're in Northern California. Oh, I was up in Northern California, Kuliana. I'll have to find out where you are up there because I go up there periodically. Um, Stylist says, pray for 20. Yes, yes. Stylist. Shyless says, pray for 2025 to be a better year. Yes, I pray that it will be a better year. And that, here's what I pray, that we will be kinder to each other in 2025. But what started off with this guy from United didn't give me a whole lot of encouragement in that direction. But I just pray that we will be kinder to each other. That's my prayer. Uh, well, guys, I have to head out. I'm looking to see if anyone. Oh, maybe someone at REI. That's a good suggestion. Thank you, JK. REI might be interested. Well, I'm doing first the makers of the kayak, but REI, that's a great suggestion. Thank you, JK. I appreciate that. Great suggestion. Kuliana says, safe travels, Drumi Lee. I'm not a nomad yet, but I'm seriously thinking about it. Well, I'll tell you what, there's loads of information and videos on YouTube. If you want to know how to do it, there's a lot of information. Plus the RTR, is great information there, especially for people starting out or for people thinking about it, just to learn what it's about. But I recommend anyone thinking about it, try it out first. Try it out for at least a couple of weeks or more first, really trying to emulate what it would be like traveling around, trying to find parking spaces and things that will give you a little taste of what it really is like instead of some of the people who really glamorize it. But some people have it down pat and they love it. Lindy from Lava Lindy is one of them. She really enjoys her van. So, you know, uh, okay. Maggie says live in Arizona for 38 years and in the South for 10 years. The South is respectful of older people. Well, that's a good thing because so many places in this country now are not. It's just I don't know what happened. When did that happen? I don't know. You know. Uh Lisa, hello, says I like to connect with people too, but not everyone wants to remain connected. It is what it is. So true. Not everyone does, and you have to respect that. You have to respect their wishes. JK says you've helped so many people. I hope so. I hope so. I can really distinctly remember a lot of people being kind to me, and so I do try and pay it forward. I really do. Uh, Kuliana says, I lived in California for over 20 years. Wow. Wow, that's quite a time. Thank you, Randy. Thank you. Graham says, my bride has caught the Christmas spirit and has lights running everywhere. It's probably all the kids being around. Little TJ had his first birthday party yesterday, so a big celebration. Ah, that must have been something special. How cool is that? Oh my goodness. Jomi says, for me, it has been since November 2006 or 7. Wow. Wow. Cheryl says, I'm still getting comments for my comment in your video. Yeah, there's a lot of passion on those. I'm telling you. All right. I have got to get going. Jomi says, before that, I was in Washington State. I like Washington. I really do like Washington and Oregon, you know. Ken says, investors do that all the time. They prey on the gullible. I know. When people are at their lowest and they're desperate and they will sell a property that they will live to regret, but then it's too late. And then the investors come in, build up the area, and people who've had this property in their families for generations don't see any of the profit of the development. That's just a shame. It's just a crying out shame. But I could go on and on about, how billions are spent in certain areas, and yet now they're out of supposedly funds for that. But I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. But anyhow, uh, everyone's saying hello. Yeah, it is. It is. Oh, Joey's from Tacoma. Becky and Roy and Becky's travel. Yeah, it is sad. It's very sad. Vaughn's in a row said some videos on YouTube say there's areas that FEMA still hasn't shown up. I don't know if that's true. I think they have, but I think a lot of the services now and the hotel money, or, I think they're kind of drying up and people are packing up their bags and going home, including a lot of churches now have shut down operations to help. There are some churches still doing it, but a lot are not. And that is sad. But I guess people get worn out and just stop. I don't know. I don't see getting worn out until everyone who needs help gets the help. But, you can only do so much, I guess. I don't know. Um, uh, let's see. Oh, everyone's talking about where they're at. Yep. Sheila says the Amish came and built tiny houses for people affected by Hurricane Helene. That's fabulous. But they're having problems, though, um, getting permits to put tiny homes on places. Now, there is one woman on that Appalachian channel, and tell him that you came over here, that Glow sent you over there. But apparently a woman has a property that she's letting people build primitive structures on, just to give them some shelter from the winter, because it's going to be freezing and people will die if they don't have shelter. So apparently she's doing that. But they're not letting anyone who's coming to help. They need people coming to help, but they're not letting you come to help unless you have an RV, because it just gets too cold and you have to have some kind of shelter. They said some people tried doing it in their cars, but they just couldn't. They couldn't bear the cold. It got so cold. So Maggie says that happened in Mississippi. The casinos were offshore, but after Katrina, the casinos bought up land to bring them onshore. Wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. Jomi says she has families. They have family in Washington too. Oh, okay. Tony L says it's usually about the money. Makes sense that the taxes will be less for tiny homes. Yeah, it does. Sounds like a plausible explanation of why tiny houses are not being approved, or the process is difficult. It sounds like a plausible explanation to me too, Tony, that the county wants more taxes. I believe that is part of it. I don't have proof. I'll say this up front. I don't have proof of that, but I believe that is part of the reason. Nora says, Carol, when it comes to greed, there are no limits how low people will go. No ethics involved with greed. Nora, you are speaking the truth. You are really, truly speaking the truth. Hey, Ruby, Wyoming's in the house. Hey. All right, folks. Hey, Mark H. Hello, hello. Well, I said I was only going to be a half an hour, but I am almost at 4 o'clock. Hey, Barbara says that happened to my uncle. Investors kept coming to his home trying to get him to sell. He was 92, but thankfully still very alert. Thank goodness. That's why I say people need to keep up with family, older members. Absolutely. Absolutely. They had a thing. I was watching a news report on someone who owned some land that had been in their family for generations, and someone had put a for sale sign up on the property. And a realtor, someone supposedly from out of state, had called saying that they wanted to put their property up for sale. Now, why this realtor, who supposedly has no complaints against them and been in business for a long time, didn't require ID. The people told him they were in the hospital and they couldn't travel there. So he went ahead and listed the property and signed a sales contract with the people who were the fake owners of the property. Well, thank goodness the gentleman, he looked like to be in his 80s or 90s. He found out about it, contacted the realtor, who apologized. But I mean, there's no level of greed and how low, like you say, Nor, that people won't stoop to make a dollar. So you've got to, even if you bla- have land that's vacant, you've got to keep an eye on that people aren't trying to sell it from under you. Can you imagine? Um, Debbie says below Bello. Oh, from Nashville. Very good to make it to one of your chats. First timer. Oh, Debbie, I'm glad you're here. All right. Hey, Ruby. I know I'm going to miss a lot of people. Hopefully, no first timers. But Ken says California is on the other 10 of the 10 worst states. But Alaska's on both lists. Now, go figure. How could that be? Oh, my goodness. Uh, oh. Kuliana says, I'm looking forward to seeing you when I relocate back to the mainland. I am really looking forward to meeting you too, Kuliana. I really am. Hey, Rose Grace. Thank you. Thank you. Uh, well, Maggie says tsunamis don't occur unless it's at least an 8 earthquake. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, Maggie. I don't know. Hey, Teresa. And Sandra Rye says, yes, we all make those mistakes. I can relate and just know it comes with a busy mind as we age. I do have a lot of responsibilities. I do. Uh, Jerome says, my battery's low, 33%. Oh, my. All right. Okay. Oh, you did hear about the cinnamon tablets, Kuliana. So I guess it's not a secret. Hey, Van City Adventure. Hello, hello. My first name, Jeremy, is Carol. It is Carol. Uh, David says the Sri Lanka tsunami in India washed people out to sea. Well, so in Thailand. It did it in Thailand too. Oh my goodness. And there's that movie. I forget. Is it called Perfect Storm or something? But it was a movie on it. Oh my goodness. All right. Ken says, Kuliana, I have reversed my type 2 diabetes by only eating meat, walking 3 miles a day, and taking Ceylon cinnamon tablets or capsules for a day. Okay, well, do you hear that, Kuliana? So that reversed it for Ken Gray. So, hey, what can I say? All right. Good Measure says it's easy to speak up when you're already getting a social security check or retirement. Well, it's easy to speak up anytime, I think. Well, no, they could take it back. I don't think it's easier to speak up when you have a social security check or retirement. I don't think that makes it any easier to speak up because you're going to still get this same flack. You're still going to get people coming at you saying terrible things. And I don't care what kind of social security or retirement you get, that's not a pleasant experience. People telling lies on you and saying horrible things about you that are not true, that's not a pleasant experience ever, so I don't know. Good Measure, I can't agree with that. I'm sorry, but I don't agree with that, but you're entitled to your opinion. um all right. Maggie says I put Ceylon cinnamon in my coffee every day. Also ginger slice as an anti-inflammatory. Well, there's also a I have to bring it if I can remember next time. It's something that a tablet for, I think it's glucosamine. It's a certain tablet that they have at Costco. It's really expensive. The vet recommended I give it to Cuddles for problems with his hips, but it's actually that they have it at Costco for adults, but it's glucosamine, and it's supposed to really help with that. So there are some things you can take, whether cinnamon for, as people are saying, perhaps to help with diabetes, or glucosamine to help with some of your joint problems. I mean, there's a lot of things, and just I guess you have to read up and find out. Ken says I get in trouble speaking up all the time, but I also have ASD one, so I'm used to it. It's wrong. I say something. If it's wrong, I say something right away. Well, good for you, Ken. Good for you. I don't think, sometimes I think no matter how you say it, people will get upset because they don't want to hear the truth. But sometimes we have to monitor or filter how we say things, and sometimes that will help people hear it, at least hear it. But sometimes they don't care how you say it. They don't care how much you filter it. They don't want to hear the truth because the truth doesn't fit with what they want, you know. Uh, Kuliana says, I'm a work in progress. Cheryl says, only in med school I couldn't speak up, but never forget that and went back 3 years later to correct the record. Well, good for you, Cheryl. Good for you. And apparently that's stayed with you. I find that me failing to speak up stays with me so much more than the times that I have spoken up. I don't know about you all. Thank you, Betty Sue. Happy holidays to you from Florida. Kuliana says, where can I get Ceylon cinnamon tablets? I don't know. Maybe someone on here can speak up. Can speak up and share that. Shyla says documentary of 2012 tsunami on Netflix is a great documentary. Oh, okay. Nanya Biz says that guy had to be a monster to be CEO of that company. I don't know what he was, but I would say that was not the way to handle it. There's a better way to handle it, and that's not going to affect a change because they'll just put someone else up in there, and these CEOs of these companies will now just have better security. There are other ways to, there's boycotting. I mean, if you look at some of the things, the boycotts, the success that ground level boycotts that start from individuals and grow across the country. You look at some of the success. You look at when people speak out on things and it causes a media public relations blitz. Some of those things do impact, but I mean, so we're going to have people going around unaliving everyone that they don't agree with or everyone that has a company that does terrible things. We'll have chaos in the streets. No one will be safe. That's just me. David says life is full of regrets. Move on, learn from your mistakes. Absolutely. I agree. And I do learn from them, but some of them I still do remember. You know, you're right, Sheila. There is no excuse, in my opinion, no excuse. Unless it's a self defense or unless, I don't know. Sheila says, that's correct, Carol. I'm 77, will be 78 on March 1st. Well, congratulations, Sheila. Congratulations. Wow. So it's never too late. It's never too late to get in shape. That is so cool. Very cool. Cheryl says social media has caused interaction without decorum. It has. And it's caused people who are cowards to say things that they would never have the guts to say to your face. I'm just saying. Just saying. Barbara says, I'm not a confrontational person, but I do better speaking up for others than myself. I think a lot of us are like that, Barbara. I think so. Good job, Carol. Yes, speak up and you're so eloquent. Please keep it. Thank you. Thank you. Sheila says it's horrible. I think so too. Letha says, rarely do I have sympathy for a psychopath, and one of the top jobs of psychopaths is CEO. Well, who I have sympathy for is the innocent sons who will grow up without a dad. That's who I have empathy for. And the wife, I have empathy for these children. What do these kids do? They didn't do anything. That's me. That's just my take. Um, yeah, we are I saw someone, who is it? Lead Farmer 73, or I think he said, hate is becoming the new religion of our country. I mean, he says a lot of things, but that's one thing that stuck out. Hate is becoming like the new religion. It's what people follow. And it's that to a certain degree is true. Um, yeah, I agree, JK. A lot of CEOs don't get to that position being compassionate and empathetic. That's true. I have to agree. A lot of people don't. They get there by making bottom line decisions that bring money and returns to their investors and to their stockholders, and with sometimes with no regard for the people that are harmed by decisions they make. I agree that often that's the case, but if we did what was done to that CEO of United, to everyone who is like that, there wouldn't be enough grave sites in this country to put their coffins in. I mean, come on now. I mean, let's get serious. We've got to come up with better solutions. That's just me. Um, you're right, Wanda. CEO gone won't change the policies. That's the point. It won't change the policies. And in fact, it may make, depending on who takes the place, it may make them bear down even worse. I don't know. I don't know. Thank you. Jessica looks especially beautiful today. I'll tell her that. She will appreciate that. All right. Uh, Diabetes is inflammation. Reduce that, and your diabetes will reduce. Inflammation is a big part. Yeah, inflammation though is a big problem with lots of things, not just diabetes. Inflammation is a terrible thing with many ailments. Um, all right, thanks, Roy and Becky. Thank you. All right. Uh, Yeah, that's true. They do supposedly. I don't know this for a fact. I haven't checked it out, but reportedly, United Healthcare is number one in refusing procedures and treatment. That's what I've heard. But that doesn't excuse what happened. So you're going to just go down all the line, and everyone in that company that had some authority for decision making, you're going to take them out. I mean, come on, you know. But anyhow, yeah, Barbara, tell your sister about Ceylon. I don't know. I'm just going by what someone says. I don't know if it works or not, but I don't know if I'm taking Ceylon cinnamon. I'm taking the one that I got at Costco. I'll have to check and see if it's Ceylon. But yeah. All right. Thank you, CW Style. Have a great evening. All right. Oh, Barbara says renting a travel trailer this coming summer for 3 days before buying. That's a great idea. I think that's smart, Barbara. Really smart to do that. Kuliana says, Aloha, Carol and Jessica. Safe travels to you. Safe travels to you too. All right, guys. I am getting out of here. I know I'm going to um, look to see. Yeah, David, refined sugars. That's true. Eat more fiber. Yep. True. Fats. Yeah. Also, they say what's the oil that's in omega 3 that's in salmon and some of the other things. Have more of that. All right. Okay, I am getting out of here. Can I have anyone who's number one first time? I know I'm going to miss a lot of comments and miss some people who maybe, hi, Wiley. Hi, hey, Wiley Nomad. Hello. Hey, Lindy, I see you're in the house. Good to see you. I'm way behind, but I'm going to have to jump down and because I want to have anyone who's the first time in the house, would you please do a number one so I can acknowledge you, say hello, and recognize you? I have some of you have spoken up and let me know you're number one. I really appreciate that. Hey, Sue Hall, hello, a member, and how are you? Welcome. Says Jesus said to love our enemies. That's not always easy, but he did say that. Not unalive them. Nobody says being a Christian is easy. Woo, you spoke the truth there, Sue. You spoke the truth. It is not an easy thing, but when you take on that mantle, there are certain behaviors that are okay and are not. Outdoorsy by nature. Hello. First time in the house. Welcome. My Globies, you know how we do, how we welcome our newbies. Hey, Ken Gray, welcome. You gave some good information, or some information on what worked for you. Uh, uh, Thank you. Yeah, that's true. They did. Blue Cross did decide to back up on anesthesia, but that wasn't a decision like that is not something you make in one day. That's a decision that probably had been coming down the pike for a long time. And I hate that they announced it the same day or the day after, I think it was. I think it was actually the day after that happened that they addressed that because they got so much blowback. I mean, it's crazy. You're going to only pay for anesthesia halfway through a surgery. They got blowback on that. But that was not, I don't believe, related to that. But I hate that they announced it when they did because the timing made it seem like that affected that. And it may give other people license to go do crazy things. So I hate that it happened so close to that. That's just my take on it. All right. Anyone else who wants to tell us that their first time in the house? All right, everyone's saying welcome. Welcome to Outdoorsy by Nature and Ken Gray. All right, well, with that, I'm going to get off of here because I have to get going. Have, like I said, that event to go to. Love each and every one of you, and I will see you next time. I hope to get that video up this evening. I may not, but I hope to. And I will see you guys down the road. And may your journeys be filled with joy and blessings and kindness. All right. Until next time, folks. See you later. All right. Let's see if I can. Oh, can all of my anyone who has a channel, would you drop your links or put your channel up, and would all of my moderators, would you drop your link? I see that Nora from Arcuda 2001 dropped her link, Artworks by Nora K at Etsy. She has an Etsy store. If you need some beautiful artwork for a Christmas gift, go over to there. All right. Oh, I'm frozen up here. Huh. Okie dokie. I'm going to end this now. What the heck? Oh my goodness. All right. I'm trying to. Oh, brother. It looks like I got bigger here. How do I get out of here? Okay, I'm trying to end this, but I'm having a hard time. Oh, my words. No. Oh, my goodness. How do I end this? All right, I'm going to have to go on my phone and end this. All right, guys, I will see you later. I'm going to close this down and go on my phone and end this. See you guys later. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to try and end this now. Let's see. Okay, I'm on my phone. I don't know what I did, but I'm going to end it. Okay. All right. Have a good week, everybody. Bye bye.